requires a larger parking area to accommodate the side entry and rear ramps. These vehicles need that extra space, and it's identified by white diagonal lines painted next to the spot. Handicap parking rules and etiquette. There are specific regulations for anyone who holds a handicap parking permit. If you do have a handicap parking permit and you hold one, it's valid in any vehicle that you are in, whether you're a driver or a passenger. So it's registered to your license, your driver's license, your TDL.
But you need to take it with you.
You do. You need to take it with you. You must never loan out your handicap placard because you're going to get in trouble. You're going to lose the privilege of that. So, for most cases, have respect to the handicap spots and the folks that do have handicap placards. You also need respect, too. So don't just take up 3 lanes and because you're handicapped doesn't mean that you can do that. So be respectful on both sides, Don.
Do you know what I do? I never park in a handicap space. But I will park in the Walgreens pickup space.
Well, that's because that's your space.
It is. Nobody ever parks there that I have ever seen. Ever. Even when I didn't park there. So I'm thinking, I'm parking there. I gave them a lot of money throughout my years. I used to eat at their damn lunch counter in Waukesha, Wisconsin. So they should have that. Did you eat at the lunch counter in Waukesha? If you ate there, those plate lunches with your mom, then by golly, you're welcome. And thank you very much.
Another thing with handicap, you're not supposed to drive with that placard hanging from your mirror.
No,
it actually says on the back they can take it away from you if they catch you doing that. But nobody ever catches them.
I need some more pizza
do
rolls. No, I don't. But, boy, they sure are good.
Those are good.
I've got to tell you this story. Well, I got 2 minutes. All revved up with no place to drive. The 10/10ths Motor Club changes that. Speedway Motorsports owner. You know who that is? He's the operator of racetracks across the country, teaming up with automotive titan Rick Hendrick, chairman of Hendrick Automotive, to create a 100-acre exclusive automotive entertainment complex in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, there you go.
Playground for fast cars is slated to open in April. 10/10ths Motor Club includes the 10/10th Circuit, a versatile 1.7-mile lighted course.
Whoa.
Designed by former Formula One driver Alex Wurz.
Oh.
Circuit boasts 3 configurations, including a 13-turn, 1.1-mile short course, a full 19-turn course with 112 feet of elevation changes, and lighting allows for nighttime sessions.
Good.
Complex also includes the 10/10ths Clubhouse, a 20,000-square-foot space that fits 1,500 people for your birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Climate-controlled members' garage, lounge, and mechanical service support. Speedway Motorsports CEO Marcus Smith, remember Bruton Smith, is his son, said 10/10ths would sit just outside turns 1 and 2 on the property of Charlotte Motor Speedway, about a mile from Hendrick Motorsports Complex, beckons to a range of drivers, pro racers, collectors, and enthusiasts. Both he and Hendrick nodded to the family's 40 years of friendship, saying pairing together made it special. I'll say, can't wait to see that. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Back after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In-Wheel Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers are free and will see all makes and models of the finest rides at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood, sponsored by Emmons Autoplex on FM 528 near the Gulf Freeway in Webster. The In Wheel Time Fall Tour continues Saturday, October 19th at the 4th Annual Blast to the Past Car Show. It's fun for the family with classic cars, food vendors, and the school museum will be open for tours. It all happens at 9016 Westview Drive in Houston. Discount registration online at springbranchbears.com/car show or $30 the day of. Spectators are free. Sponsored by VFW Post 8790 and its auxiliary, working to vitalize and unite the Houston community and its veterans. No veteran is left behind. See you October 19th.
From the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood, Texas, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, presented by the Space City Corvette Club and sponsored by Emmons Autoplex in Webster, Texas. Just ahead, another participant in today's show. We're going to turn the microphone over, get our sights set right here in the In Wheel Time remote booth. Don't look so glum. We're coming to you next.
Really excited.
I see that smile on your face.
He's excited now.
Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, our chief engineer David Ainsley, our special guest in the back, Mr. Jeffrey Heitzman. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thanks for coming, Jeffrey.
And I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Did I say your name?
Nope.
You didn't do the
David Ainsley.
There you go.
There you go.
Now it's official. You're here.
Thank you. So
you get residuals for that.
Well, no, he does.
He does.
I don't.
No,
yeah.
he does.
Uh-huh. His middle name. What's your middle name, David? There's a long story behind that,
and we can't tell it here.
No, we can tell it.
No.
Have we told it before?
We have.
Okay, well, we'll tell
we're
it
off the
again
air for 6
on
months.
one of the segments that were in the studio. How's that? Because we don't want to embarrass you here in
person.
In public.
We're in 50 countries, and there's only one of them that gets mad at us.
Which one is that?
It's Russia.
Russia.
They get me. Oh, they blocked us. Didn't
blocked
they?
us,
we're blocked in Russia now.
Darn.
Shucks.
Nostrovia. All right. All
Vodka.
I know is it's Tammy from Texas Equisearch. Well, I assume that you have a last name.
I do, Phillips.
Tammy Phillips.
You know, he told us that earlier. We just didn't write it down.
I didn't write
it down.
That was 10 minutes ago. We can't go that far.
Yeah. All right.
So here's why. We're going to talk to you because the proceeds from today's event go to Texas Equisearch. Now it's up to you to tell us. I know what it is. You tell everybody in the world what Texas Equisearch is and what it does.
So Texas Equisearch is a search and recovery organization. It was started almost 25 years ago by Tim Miller, who had lost his own daughter. Mm-hmm. At the time, after she was recovered 17 months later. And, you know, at that time, there was not a lot of resources like we have today. There was no internet. There was, you know, you had a newspaper. There was no social media. There wasn't a big network of people who could come out and help you
volunteer to help look for somebody.
Exactly. So in 2000, Tim Miller started Texas Equisearch to help people, families, and also law enforcement find their loved ones, to assist in whatever way that we could. And when he started this organization, he started it with his buddies who had horses, and he lovingly refers to them as hillbillies on horseback. We've evolved since then. Now we use UTVs and ATVs instead of horses. They're a little bit easier to manage in a search setting. But he thought he would be doing 2 to 3 searches a year when he started this organization, and today we get 2 to 3 requests for new cases every single day.
Every day?
Every day.
Now, is that just here local in Houston, Texas, or is it across the country?
No, we've been in 43 states and 11 countries.
Wow.
We have about 800 volunteer members that are spread out throughout the United States. They're primarily focused here in Texas. But do you guys have any idea how many people go missing every year?
No, but you're going to tell us.
I am going to tell you. So about 600,000 people a year are reported to law enforcement as missing in the United States.
And they can't find them.
They can't find them. And that doesn't include people that are never reported. You know, we got a call one day from a couple of foster kids. They had aged out of the foster system. They said, we were foster children in this home, and there was another person that we were with, and we haven't seen them in a year. We think they might be missing, but really didn't have any resources, and no one would have ever reported that person missing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. So, fortunately, out of that 600,000 people, about 97% of them are found within 2 or 3 days. It's not always a good outcome, but they're located.
I was going to say, because if I'm not mistaken, I think that there are people that you do find that are alive.
Yes, about half of the people we find are alive, which is fantastic, even though we're a search and recovery organization.
Right. Because I know that being with Channel 13 and other news organizations in town for all these years, that I have been on many search operations that you guys are conducting, and it's really interesting to see it from the air, because it's like, well, are they looking? Well, I see one ATV out there, but then you go to the parking lot and there's 3 or 4 more, and there's 3 or 4 more, and 3 or 4 more, and this group, and this group, and this group, and then all of a sudden they're all spread out, or they'll go from one location to another location that might or might not be necessarily close by that location.
Right.
So it's much more complicated than saying, oh, well, we think that they're missing over there.
Right, exactly. So I think people sometimes have this idea that we have a bunch of volunteer searchers locked in the closet, and when you call us, we're going to open the door and they're just all going to run out and start searching. We try to be very strategic in our searches. We spend a lot of time planning. We use the latest technology that we can get our hands on. We've got lots of partners that help us out. We have a partner that flies helicopters for us when we need a helicopter. We've got partners that fly planes for us. We've got partners that help us with our drones. So we've got a lot of partners. If we don't own the equipment ourselves, we have partners that help us out with that sort of thing.
So you're set up here. You're part of the event here.
Right.
Are you looking for folks to sign up to be volunteers here at this event?
We're looking for 2 things: financial resources and also volunteer members. And you can go to our website. It's texasequisearch.org.
Okay.
And you can read more about us there. And you can also find out how to become a volunteer.
Gotcha.
And we have a place for everyone. You don't have to have special training. We will train you on what our methods are and our processes. And we can find, if you're not one that, if you physically cannot go out and do a foot search, or you can't ride an ATV or UTV, we'll find something for you to do. We get a lot of tips off of social media. So if you can only sit at home and share our postings on social media, we're okay with that. Yeah. We need that.
So you don't necessarily need a horse or a UTV or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Just walk in and say, I want to help.
Right. You need a passion for our mission, which is helping look for missing people. Yes, yes. Because think about it. What would you do? Let's say you have an adult child, 30 years old, and that adult child is very responsible. They go to work every day. They show up. They're just a very responsible person, and they don't show up for work one day, and their employer calls you and says, hey, Johnny didn't show up for work today. What do you do? Adults have the right to go missing on their own, but as a parent, that child would never not show up for work.
Yeah,
right.
It's not the norm.
Right. So
or at least not reach out to their parents or a relative or a friend or something like that.
Right. So what do you as an individual do? That's where we come in and assist, and we help families in all different ways. We have, all different methods of searching for people, and we help them in whatever they need to do. And even in places where we're not able to physically get there, we can direct a community on how to do a search on their own.
So if I have a family member that's missing, I'm thinking I'm going to go to the police first.
Right.
So do they get you involved, or would that be up to me? If they say, well, they're 42 years old, there's not much we can do if they decided to go off on a permanent vacation.
Right. So one of our criteria is you have to have reported that person missing to law enforcement before we will get involved.
Okay.
And we never know when a missing person case is going to turn into a criminal case, so we want to get permission from law enforcement in order to get involved in a case.
So they don't necessarily law enforcement doesn't necessarily contact you.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. We get contacted by both family members and law enforcement. And, people always want to know, well, what's your typical case? There are no typical cases. Every one of them has unique circumstances, and we think we've seen everything, and then we get another phone call and it's something different.
So basically it's a manpower issue.
It is.
Either through the police departments and volunteers like yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, because law enforcement is spread so thin. People see TV show in 1 hour, you've got this clue that leads you to this and leads you to that.
Yep.
We wish it was that easy. But it's
Well, they wouldn't need you if it was that easy.
Exactly. And honestly, we'd like to be out of business, but the demand for our services has just gone up exponentially, especially
Speaking
since
of that,
COVID.
so they're going to raise a lot of money here and give it to you. Where does that money go? What do you do with that?
So we often get the question, if you're a volunteer search organization, why do you need any money? Well, we have our phones are answered 24 hours a day, so we always have a live body who answers that phone. We have to pay for an answering service. Our insurance coverage is ridiculously high because nobody really does what we do. We have equipment needs. We have vehicles. We did a search on Monday in Farmers Branch, Texas. So we needed lodging for all of those searchers that went up there for that and, pay for their meals. I mean, that's the least we can do is pay for their meals.
As a volunteer, right?
So
Right.
that's an interesting question. So if somebody calls you from El Paso, I mean, there's 4 or 5 million people here in the Houston area easily.
Right.
Somebody calls you from El Paso, do you try and find or have people out there, or do you actually say, okay, guys, we need to go to El Paso because we think this is worth us doing?
It depends on the circumstances of a case. And I'll give you, for instance, recently we had a case in Florida where the family was actually looking for this person. She was in her 70s. She went missing in the middle of the night, and we knew she was in her car. So the daughter had contacted us and wanted us to send people there. Well, at the time, we had so many other searches going on that we didn't have the resources to send a whole team there, so we sent one person there. And, of course, we flew them there. They had the hotels to stay in, so we had to pay for those expenses. But he was able to work with law enforcement and the daughter of that person, and we were able to narrow down the area, and she was found not long after our
Because of the
person got
training
there.
and stuff, that person, the search
Yes.
criteria, the things that you've taught somebody like that.
Right, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly. And, I think sometimes just our presence there brings a higher level of attention to that case.
Not only that, but a peace of mind for the individual.
Right. Because there's nothing worse than not knowing. Right. Even if it's a bad outcome, that's better than not knowing what happened to your loved one.
Need the closure.
Yep.
Right.
Interesting.
So what are you doing today?
So we've got a booth set up over here.
I see somebody looking at us with a straw hat on.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's some of our volunteers are over there working at our booth. They're waving at us there.
Can you hear us over there? Yeah? Okay, good. Well, I hope everybody is stopping by and saying hello, shaking hands.
Signing up,
yeah.
making
We're
donations.
kind of waiting for you to have kind of like a orchestra pit over here of volunteers to go, yay. But I guess that's coming later.
That's
I'm sorry. That's us. Yeah. We're going to march over there.
If anybody wants to stop by our booth today and volunteer, sign up to be a volunteer, or they can go on our website. It's txeq.org.
Oh, my God. Wait, TXEQ.
It's not
TXEQ.
That's what I said.
.org.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
He's got it.
That's the short version.
All right.
They can go on our website and learn more about our organization and how to become a volunteer member.
Well.
And what we do once we do.
Do you have new volunteers?
We do have some volunteers.
No, new ones.
Oh, yeah, we've got lots of new volunteers. We get new volunteers every month.
Do you?
Yeah, and here's the way it works if you want to be a volunteer. If we have a large-scale search, and that means we've done our recon, we've done all of our research. We don't do investigation per se, but we do our research to narrow down the search area. Then we will activate a full-scale search. And if you were a volunteer with us, you would get an automated phone call that tells you what time you need to be there, any special instructions, and where you need to park. And then if you can show up, you show up. If you can't make it, you don't have to call us and let us know. Because we've got such a large number of people that are already signed up, we always get the number of people that we need.
So if I'm working or I'm scheduled to go to work or something, then I just say in my mind, sorry, I just don't show up, and you're
or
good.
Or you could call in sick.
Well, but if I was already there.
He's done that before.
Yeah.
Well,
do you
that was pretty much every day because I think he worked for Southwestern Bell.
Yeah.
So did I back
AT&T.
in the day. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you participate in searches yourself?
I do. Not as many as I used to because we've got so much work on the business side of it. I try to take care of the business side, and my counter takes care of the search side.
Do you guys have an office?
We do.
Where is it?
It is in Dickinson, Texas. It's not too far. It's on 517, not too far off of 45. We used to be in the oldest shopping center in Dickinson, Texas, and the way that started, it was Tim Miller's construction office. And when I say construction office, I mean lumber, tools,
concrete,
dirty, nasty, you name it. And when he decided to start Texas EquiSearch, he just built a wall down the middle of that office. So it was Tim Miller's Construction over here and Texas EquiSearch over here. And we were all in one big room, and there was about 3 of us working in the office, and we really didn't have room for volunteers to come in and help us. We didn't have a phone for them. We didn't have extra computers. So about a year and a half ago, we decided we'd like to get into a real office space. And a guy showed up in the parking lot that day with a check that paid for a rent for the whole year.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice. Well, Dickinson also is famous for something else.
Tell us, Don.
Houston International Speedway.
Oh.
Drag strip. You know where the Walmart is there on I-45?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that is the location where the drag strip used to be.
Really?
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that. It kind of ran parallel with 45.
Didn't know that. I've learned something new today.
Well, there you
was,
go. That's what
the
worthless information. That's
Gay
what I'm
Pontiac, wasn't it?
They were down at the other end.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were the big sponsors.
Gay Pontiac. That's correct.
Yeah. Don's not allowed in antique stores anymore because we're afraid they won't let him leave.
No, they've offered to keep me there permanently
For sale
as one of the
sign,
antiques.
Standing out front by the other wooden Indian.
Tammy, thanks so much for all the information.
Thank you,
Texas
Tammy.
EquiSearch, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Raise-
Thank you
let's
for
raise
being out
lots
here
of money.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Raise lots of money.
Best of luck. Okay. I want to remind you that the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app.
Tim.
Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, at InWheelTime.com when we can. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider when they're permitted. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, coming to you today from the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival here in Stevenson Park in Friendswood, Texas. And there's a bunch of really nice cars here today in competition with each other. All sorts of awards are going to be given out. This is probably one of the prettiest settings for a car show, and I've been to a lot of them that I've ever been to. I did want to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you by Emmons Autoplex in Webster, Texas. Stress-free used car shopping at Emmons Autoplex, Houston area's finest pre-owned auto dealer. They really serve all of Houston, but also Friendswood, Leak City, Alvin, Pasadena, Dickinson, Pearland, Santa Fe, Clear Lake, and the Galveston areas. Over 750 quality inventory on hand every single day. Offer great pricing options with competitive and affordable loans that enables you to purchase the car you need. They're online at emmonsmotorcompany.com, or you can look up Emmons Autoplex or call them at 888-708-9989. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7:30, Saturdays till 6:30, and they're closed on Sunday. That's Emmons Autoplex in Webster, pre-owned at its finest. October car shows. We got them. We got more of them coming up. Next week, we're going to be at the Back to the Past car show at the site of the old Spring Branch High School in Spring Branch, Texas. Don't forget the Hemi Hideout Open House, November 9th. The Holiday Kickoff Tailpipes and Tacos, November 16th. And Houston Autorama, Thanksgiving weekend. We hope you'll stop by the In Wheel Time remote booth and say hello, please. Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Oh, you're not? Oh, I don't know where his microphone is, but we're going to find it.
There it is.
Go. Thank you.
We paid the bill.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, you got NASCAR. They ran last week, Talladega. This week is at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course. And if anybody's been on the internet looking at NASCAR, there's some controversy about the track. So check that out. Okay, NHRA. The NHRA Fall Nationals in where? The Big D, Dallas. That's coming up October 13th, which is tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Well, that's the finals are tomorrow.
Yeah, finals tomorrow.
Second round of eliminations today.
That's always, yeah. But I've got the information on the final.
Yeah.
And then you got the Pirelli United States Grand Prix, the Formula One guys. They're in October, so we got about another week going on there. And lastly, the IMSA Racing. They're the Petit Le Mans.
The Petit.
Petit. It's spelled different. I looked this up. It's pronounced Petit. Petite means.
Spell it.
P-A-T-E-E is the way it's pronounced.
Petit.
It's spelled.
Pate.
It's petite means feminine.
Ew. Liver pate.
Road Atlanta course.
Have you ever had liver pate?
No, but my liver suffers every time I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you. I can tell you that on a cracker, it is absolutely one of the worst things you've ever put in your mouth.
Let's everybody try some.
Mars, you don't look like a pate kind of guy.
No, I'm just thinking. I used to know a girl named Patty, but
that would be with a Y.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. That's as close as I could get.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That's the racing calendar. It was sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Let's see.
We got some.
Oh, I've got some time for some headlines. Yay!
We got a review coming up too.
Still, no, not here.
Yeah, Mars review.
No, I already did mine.
That's no.
Okay.
You need to just calm
next
down
hour,
over here.
Yeah, he's already an hour ahead.
Stellantis under fire from multiple angles as sales and profits fall, and CEO worthless Carlos Tavares is at the center of the criticism from dealers, stockholders, and the United Auto Workers. Tavares waging a global cost-cutting crusade that has included layoffs, buyouts, and engineering hires in low-cost countries. God, what an idiot.
And he's going to be here for another year.
No, he's not. That's what they say, but he's not. Company stock prices plummeted, and investors are suing over sharply lower earnings in the first half of the year. A number of Stellantis executives have left in recent months, and Tavares is plotting a major shakeup of some remaining leaders. Of course he is. Meanwhile, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, your favorite person, she's been talking with Tavares about maintaining Stellantis' North American headquarters in the Detroit area up there in Auburn Hills, and they're trying to sell that. Company's been reassessing its footprint in the state and didn't commit to keeping the former Chrysler Tech Center in Auburn Hills open in an October 9th statement. Some of the issues roiling Stellantis and really getting under my nerves. It's gotten on my last one, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Anybody ever tell you look like Frank Zappa?
That's a first.
It's a first?
That's a first.
You need to pull that microphone up there, right up there to your mouth.
Yeah.
To your mouth.
Right closer.
Right, like this. Like
there you go. Let me even closer.
Is it first? Really?
Even closer.
You look like
All
Frank
right.
Zappa today. You may not look like it without the hat, but I'm just saying.
I probably don't sound like it.
You don't know that?
No, you don't know that.
But it's a compliment.
Yeah,
I
compliment.
mean, I'm kind of weird like he was. Well, I mean,
You know,
anybody that would name his daughter Moon Unit.
Moon Unit Zappa. I was just about to say, yeah.
It's probably more your generation, but whatever. Yeah. Georgia dealership sued a South Carolina company for nearly $5 million for failing to pay for 83 Mercedes-Benz vehicles it bought between July 31st and December 11th last year. Innovative Vehicle Solutions of Ladson, South Carolina, quote, build specialized commercial vehicles for varied applications that include motor vehicle repair shops, tire installation vans, commercial cargo vans for tradesmen, high-capacity dump trucks, and three-way dump bodies, and OEM-designed low-profile refrigerated vans, according to its website. Company's been buying vehicles from RBM at Alpharetta, Georgia for about 10 years, the complaint filed in Atlanta said. Under the party's usual procedure, the complaint said Innovative would order a vehicle, the store would then send an invoice to Innovative, and the store would transfer the manufacturer's statement of origin so the vehicle could be sold entitled to a third party. But Innovative has failed and refused to pay and is in breach of its contractual duty to pay for 83 vehicles. RBM of Alpharetta alleges it has sued for almost $5 million plus more than $250,000 in interest. Thieves! Just saying. Gotta love doing business with people like that. Hello. Welcome to our store. Come on in. Bend over, please.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Trying to check the clock, make sure that I'm on time. Do I have time
You're
to this?
always on time.
No, I'm not. Small crossovers and pickups.
No,
really? Why do you say that?
No, he's not.
We're in in-wheel
Keep
time.
Keep going.
Small crossovers and pickups gained popularity in the third quarter as U.S. light vehicle sales otherwise appeared to sputter heading into the year's final stretch. Compact pickups, led by the Ford Maverick, and subcompact and compact crossovers all outperformed the market, according to initial figures in the quarter ended September 30th. A sign that buyers continue to opt for more affordable vehicles as transaction prices and interest rates remain high. But the Maverick pushed compact pickups up 19% in the quarter, while the Buick Envista and Chevy Trax helped subcompact crossovers to a 12% gain, according to Automotive News Research and Data Center. Compact crossovers rose 0.7%, while compact premium crossovers were up 7.2%. By comparison, midsize crossovers fell 6.5%, and full-size pickups were down 1.8%. If you want to put your life savings into all of those numbers, I don't. Silly, but whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I think that's all I got.
Yeah. We're good.
Well, I'm looking through. You know, as we thumb through all of this, I want to make sure that I get everything in that I'm supposed to get in. You understand, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
I know that. No,
These cats don't.
No, these
guys
cats
don't.
don't.
No, these cats don't.
Yeah. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email, info anytime. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for a quick break. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet.
Yep.
Look for us at your favorite podcast provider.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Wheel Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas EquiSearch. Showgoers are free and will see all makes and models of the finest rides at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Sponsored by Emmons Autoplex on FM 528 near the Gulf Freeway in Webster.
From the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park, Friendswood, Texas, USA. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, presented by the Space City Corvette Club and sponsored by Emmons Autoplex in Webster. And Jeff is going to give you his experience down there in just a little bit. Just ahead, we've got another car lover here today. I hope you're a car lover.
Somewhat.
Okay. This is a judged show today, so he's going to spill the beans on what he brought, what he's got to offer, and all that. And I'm going to review the Ford F-150 Lightning. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. That camera was up higher earlier.
I know.
Over here to your right, to my left, is David Ainsley. And back in the back here, is our pride and joy. We keep him kind of like a pet. He's known by some in this world as Jeff Heitzman, dear friend of the show. He's joined us here in Stevenson Park.
And it's his birthday.
That's Monday, isn't it? Monday. His birthday is the same as Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
So today we can call him Mr. Columbus.
And he sailed in on it was the Nina Pinta or the Santa Maria.
And he did that all at the same time.
They went water skiing.
Over at the Plymouth Rock, I think it was.
Plymouth Rock.
Uh-huh.
You betcha. Happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Joining us now is a guy that, I swear to God, he looks like Frank Zappa to me.
Well, let's put him on there. There you go.
Well, did Mr. Mars, do you have the information here?
Yeah. This is actually Dustin Harden, and we talked to his dad.
Okay.
You're on.
Previously.
Yeah.
Got it. Creative Classics and Customs is the shop he's with.
Oh, he's our next door neighbor.
No.
No?
Nope.
No.
That's Customs.
Where are you?
Do you read?
We're back by the tennis courts.
You're back by the tennis courts.
Yeah, we've got
Way over there.
We've got the crazy George Barris car back there, the long gold one.
30 Love.
Oh, the
Tornado.
Tornado. Remember?
Yeah, we saw that at Woody's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We spent about 2 years restoring that car.
Yeah.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Not every day.
Pretty close. That's a big car.
Well, I know
It is a big
I know
car.
it is, but it is a weird-looking car.
It is a
which
weird-looking
fits
car.
in the George Barris world of cars.
It's got George Barris all over it.
Yeah. Did you find anything weird about that car? Things that were kind of like, what did they do this for?
There's a lot of weird stuff underneath the skin of that car.
Really?
Where they needed clearance for something, they just took a sledgehammer and beat the crap out of it.
To make room.
It looks like some of the holes they cut in the car, they used a hatchet instead of a saw. Just really strange stuff like that. Wow. And then a lot of just weird Home Depot-looking hardware, Well,
it's funny. I have looked at one of the original Batman cars, and we have seen some very interesting Mustangs, as a matter of fact. We saw the display Mustang at the 1964 World's Fair.
Oh, wow.
Very nice guy, and he explained to us the car didn't go down an assembly line. It's clear. The door clearances, even the doors themselves had to be lengthened to fit. It's a bizarre thing of building a car, but really if you stop and think about it, if I were to build a car and I wanted it to look like the Tornado, or if I wanted it to look like the Batmobile, I really wouldn't care what was underneath it as long as the running gear was okay.
Right.
Because I'm going to change the whole exterior of the car. But I've seen cars where they've peeled pieces of the skin off, and you're going, oh, my God, it's a piece of crap underneath there.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks good from my house when you cover it up.
But think about it, though. George Barris was in the business not only to do his creative thing and show it off, but he was also in the business to make money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to make money if you go out and buy yourself a brand new Tornado and then cover it all up and make all these modifications? Didn't make no sense.
Put it back together. Yeah.
Some of them came out of junkyards.
Yeah.
Like all of those that were on the Dukes of Hazzard. The majority of those, they were junk heaps when they painted them up and fixed them up. All they're going to use them for a jump.
Yeah. Smash
to
them up.
destroy them again.
There you go.
So, other than the holes, the hatchet holes in it, what else did you find? Did it have the original running gear in it?
It does. It has the original running gear. It's front-wheel drive, obviously.
Yep.
It's only got about 30,000 miles on it.
What year is it?
67.
67.
Yep. All of the interior we were able to save. So, like the shag carpet is the original shag carpet that George Barris put in. We tried to source some shag carpet. It's like, where are you going to find shag carpet these days? Some old lady's house is about the only place you're going to find it.
Yeah, so I was going to say.
And so we were stuck with trying to clean up the original, or I say the original, but the shag carpet that George Barris' team
salvage,
put in there.
The original install.
And, get it out there, lay it out in the parking lot, and pressure wash all the rat turds off, and, clean it up the best you can and go with it.
How did you get a hold of this car? Did you buy it, or is it a customer car?
Actually, no. The gentleman that owns it, his dad bought it from the raffle owner, raffle winner back in '67, and it's been in his family since he was a kid.
Oh my God!
And in
really?
fact, we have a book in our shop that was written about that car, and there's pictures of the current owner as a kid sticking his head out the window and standing next to it with George Barris and his dad and all that. It's got a really cool.
So where
history.
does the car live? Is it the local owner?
Yeah, it lives in Ultimate Garage.
Okay.
So
and how did you connect with him?
We were behind a mechanic shop in our first building, and the owner was a customer of the mechanic shop, and he told the mechanic about the car and all that, and he's like, "You guys got to go talk to this body shop back here. They could probably restore it for you." And so he asked us to come look at the car, and I believe me and another gentleman went out to his storage to look at it, and it was kind of crammed in with all this stuff, and it was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen. And one thing led to another. We got the car on our wait list, and when we built our new facility in Kemah, it was one of the first cars that came over there, and we started on it. And like I said, it took about 2 years to restore the car.
Wow.
We had to have parts made for it because, there's some crazy stuff on there that George Barris' team just made. And,
where do you go to get stuff made?
Anywhere we can. We found a company that does cast molds of, like, industrial valves and things like that, and we had them make the tail pieces for the car because they were originally made out of some weird metal that they chromed, and when we took it to get it re-chromed, it disintegrated into acid. And so the chrome shop said, "Hey man, one of those things is gone, but here's the other one."
Yeah, it melted down in the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, scrap that. So we had the other one still, thankfully. And that company that does
what
the
did
cast
they use,
molds,
pot metal or something?
They use
Probably,
it was bizarre. It was like foam wrapped in some kind of thin copper sheeting, and then they chromed it somehow.
Huh.
It was, like I said, it disintegrated in the chrome acid.
Wow.
And all the little rubber bumperettes that were originally poured in a form, we had 3D printed. Some of the little interior medallions that God knows where they came from, we had those 3D printed. So we had some of the originals. They were able to match up. We just sourced anywhere we could. You
ever done any research on Barris' shop?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Wait, I haven't. I'm just curious. I know that there's a lot written about him.
Yep.
And a lot of interviews of him before he died.
Right.
And it was kind of sad, actually. One of the interviews that I saw was done in this storefront that was little bitty tiny stuff that, T-shirts and stuff that he was selling out of there, I guess, to stay in business somehow.
Right.
But very creative guy, especially for the time period.
Yes. And the owner of the Tornado has been in contact with his daughter. She actually sent him the book and sent him some other little stuff, medallions and things that were on the car when they cleaned out his shop and storefront and all that. And so he's actually spoken with his daughter several times.
So let's talk about you and your business.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Have at it.
So how did you get started?
Well, my dad used to paint cars back in the 70s and do custom paint.
On his own?
Yeah, on his own. He'd custom
What
paint,
part of town?
pinstriping, Pasadena, Deer Park.
Yep. Milburn's.
Yeah, he knew Milburn, sure.
Yep.
So I grew up around it, I took some 80 grit sandpaper to a freshly painted Volkswagen one time just before he delivered it, so I cut my teeth in real early.
Yeah. And your hind end, too,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah, big time, man. So my first car was a 67 Camaro. I bought when I was 15. I've got it out here now. It's been 29 years this month.
You still have it? We
29 years this month.
We saw that.
Yeah, Keels and Wheels.
Yeah, we
yep,
did.
Yep, it's like Keels and Wheels. So that really got me really into it, And my dad and I partnered up in 2016 and built a new facility in Kemah, and we've just been rocking along ever since.
You down at the boardwalk now?
No, we're actually on Anders Lane in Kemah, right off of 96, running parallel to Lawrence Road. So close to the boardwalk. I know what you're saying there.
Yeah. all I know is that House of Horrors that doesn't exist anymore. They finally mowed it down where they had all those terrible murders in there.
Oh, Toddville Mansion.
Yeah, Toddville Mansion.
Man.
You know that.
Oh, yeah. We used
Did
to
you ever go through there?
We used to go sneak around in there when we were
Did ya?
teenagers, man. Oh, yeah.
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 Because it turned into just a dilapidated thing.
Oh, yeah. But it was spooky as all get out, man. It really was.
If you've never read anything about that, you need to because
it's bizarre.
Yeah. And did they make a movie over that? I think they did.
Yeah, I think they did.
But this house was kind of like square.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in the middle of it, did it have a pool in the middle of it? Pool. And so the upstairs is a banister all around it and all the bedrooms and the weird.
Oh, yeah. People used to say you'd see silhouettes standing in the windows and all that kind of stuff. It was spooky, man.
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
Coming for your daughter, Chuck.
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
Okay, so what do you do at your place of business?
We do just about everything. Full-blown rotisserie restorations. We're pretty much a one-stop shop as far as getting a complete restoration.
What have you got on a rotisserie today?
Right now, currently on the rotisserie, we have a 73 Challenger. It was actually done by a local shop and put through Meekum. And the owner didn't even make it home with the car before it died. And the engine was completely shot. The fresh paint job that it just put on it started peeling off when
Did he
got
pay a
it
fortune
home.
for it?
The new owner?
The new owner, yeah. He paid top dollar for it. I'll say it to you that way. And
I'd
drive it
so
right back.
over the past few months, we've put in full floors, quarters, inner and outer rockers, roof panel, cowl panel, firewall.
So in other words, you've rebuilt the car completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it,
yeah, 100%.
Now, do you have a motor that goes in it?
It's currently having a 440 built for it. It's a 492 stroker, I think it is.
Okay. So a new engine.
Yeah.
So it's going to have fuel injection in it?
Yeah, it's going to have a Holley Sniper 2 system on it. QA1 suspension, Willwood brakes, all that crazy stuff.
Okay, so you're not going to try to go back original with it?
No.
It's too big of a pain these days.
Oh, yeah, and it's a 73 Challenger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cool car, but it's not exactly a 70
If it's not
Cuda.
a Hemi car,
right, exactly.
It's not.
Exactly.
What else you working on?
We've got some odd stuff in there right now. We've got a 55 Jaguar.
I know that guy, and he wouldn't appreciate it if he knew
If
that
I
you
called
were
him
calling it. No, if you're calling us some odd stuff.
Odd for what we do, I'll put it to you that
Yeah.
way.
Anything Jaguar
nice
is odd to
to
us.
Anything Jaguar is odd, man. I'm just going to level with you, okay?
Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
Very well.
But
yes.
it's a neat car. It's actually a brand new body that was made in Ukraine. Half aluminum, half steel. Like I said, it's odd, okay? It's odd.
Yeah.
A lot of 10 millimeter going on in that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's still all standard stuff.
Wow.
All the bolts are standard fine thread bolts. I was expecting metric bolts everywhere, but they're not. No metric on it.
That's
Fine
weird.
threads,
Yeah, very weird.
Where was it originally made?
The body?
Well, the car.
Oh,
Where was it assembled originally?
I don't know. I'm not big on the Jaguars, so I don't really know a lot of their history.
And what year is it?
55.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
XK140 drop
Okay,
top.
so it was originally built in England.
I'm sure it probably
I think
was.
so, yeah.
I'm sure it probably was.
The Queen probably touched it.
Well,
Yeah, right. Blessed
Well, I
it.
don't know
At
about
least
that.
some
but-
queen touched it.
Some Queen. Yeah, somebody down there at Toddville Mansion.
Oh, man. It's a neat-looking car. I mean, it really is. It's a neat-looking car. We're finishing up a 72 Datsun 240Z, which is different for
That's
us.
cool, yeah.
It's a neat little car.
It's not all rusted through?
Yes.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Actually, the guys had the car since high school and did a bunch of work to it, engine, suspension, drivetrain, and all that, and then brought it to us for paint and body, and we discovered the body was so far gone. I mean, he'd have $60,000 in the body before
That's
it
why
ever
you
got
never see
painted.
those cars anymore. They've all rusted away. They melted in the ground.
He was actually fortunate enough to find a good donor car that had like a one paint job, been in a garage for 20 years, but didn't run or anything like that. So we bought it, brought it to the shop, and we swapped all of the drivetrain, suspension, and everything over between the two cars, and then started coming back up with that fresh body. So it's a good, solid car.
You like what
now.
you do, don't you?
I love what I do. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, is your shop air conditioned?
No.
You don't like that part of the work, do you? That's why you're so thin.
Yeah, it keeps us healthy, man.
It's okay if I call you Frank, right?
Frank, sure. Why not? I've been called worse.
Zappa.
Frank Zappa.
Sorry, I mean, it's a compliment. It really is. It's a look.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Until he
Been
Googles it
called
and
worse.
find out who Frank Zappa is. And then we lost another
I'm not
listener.
quite that young, but yeah, I know who Frank Zappa is.
Yeah. No, what do you personally drive beside the shop truck?
And the Camaro.
Yeah, the Camaro, obviously. I drive it as often as possible. I got a car seat in the back of it right now.
How old?
I got a 2- and 5-year-old.
They're very good.
They love it. I mean,
I bet they do.
You never hear kids giggle so hard when you hit the gas on that thing.
You know, there's a thing on the internet. Some guy, and the camera's focused on the kid, and he's probably 8, 9 years old. He's sitting in the front seat. He'd never been in any kind of a hot rod, and Dad's got some exhaust on it, and it's some bad to the bone, like a Z06 Camaro or whatever it is. He gets on it, and the camera's on the kid, and the kid's bouncing every time he shifts gear. And all of a sudden, the smile.
Oh, yeah. Can't smile any bigger.
And then he has my itches. Makes my itch. It is absolutely hysterical. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, my God. You'll have to look it up.
Funny.
Yeah. It's a great video. I've sent it to all of my friends.
Oh, my little ones love it, man. They help me out in the garage. I mean, my oldest 5-year-old, she's been out there in the garage since she was in diapers, helping me put coil springs together and, putting valve springs in the heads. I mean, she's all about it, man.
Yeah.
Well, they got little hands.
They got a little hand, man. They can fit, they get those valve locks right in there. It's awesome.
Or those 10-millimeter sockets that you drop down in there.
Yeah, they can fish them right out.
Hold them by their feet and find stuff.
Pulling speaker wire through the interior.
Now, who you got working for you down there at your shop?
We've got 2 employees. They're full time, and my dad and I. And then we've got another employee who retired about a year and a half ago, and he comes and goes, kind of. Y'all
got something for me to do today?
Yeah, kind of. You got any Corvettes in there? Yeah, man, come on, we got a Corvette. He was actually the Norman Frady's Corvette specialist for like 30 years. I mean, this guy knows Corvettes so he comes in and does some specialty stuff for us now and then. He's real good with fiberglass and it just knows Corvettes.
Well, I think that Tillman Fertitta just brought the Norman Frady dealership there on Bay Area Boulevard.
Yep, sure did.
I worked down there when I first got into broadcasting and way back in the dark ages. I grew up in Marconi. You probably don't know who that is, but he was the inventor of the radio. Anyway, I will tell you that that dealership was there when I went to work there.
Yeah.
That's when the space industry down there was booming.
Right.
And we had an office building right there off of Bay Area Boulevard and El Dorado Boulevard.
Yep.
And those are good times.
Bought my first new truck at Norman Frady Chevrolet.
Norman Frady Chevy Port.
Chevy Port.
That's what it was originally called, I think. Yeah.
Huh.
Norman Frady Chevy Port.
I'll be.
Yeah. It stuck with me all these years. I never bought anything there, but I drove past it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, are you working 7 days a week in the shop, or do you try to keep it to?
Nah, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, man. We like our weekends.
And Mama likes it that way.
Mama likes it too. Yep. Just got to spend the time with the
family.
family.
And I assume that you live kind of down that area.
I actually live about 3/4 of a mile from the shop. It's beautiful.
God.
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
Engine doesn't even get warm by the time I'm there. I got to be careful and not let too much condensation build in the car.
I was going to say, you got to let it idle for a while.
I got to get them out on the highway every once in a while, man, because I don't get them warm enough driving to work. But
so give us the name of the.
It's Creative Classics and Customs. We're on 2325 Anders Lane in Kemah.
And your name again is?
Dustin.
Frank
Zappa.
Dustin, it's a pleasure.
Yep.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. Thank you. Hey, you can get the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our live 3-hour weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, we promise, will continue after this break. At least we hope.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
You know, the October car shows and cruise-ins continue, and we've got another one coming up. Actually, next weekend, it's the Back to the Past car show at Spring Branch High School. Actually, the location of the old Spring Branch High School. That's on October 19th. Then the Hemi Hideout Open House, November 9th. Holiday kickoff of Tailpipes and Tacos, November 16th. And Houston Autorama Thanksgiving weekend. And we hope that you'll stop by the In Wheel Time booth to say hello.
Say hello.
Time now. Well, first of all, before we get into that, I want to talk to you just a moment about our sponsor who got us here today, and that's Emmons Autoplex and the Emmons brothers, the Emmons family. They've been in business for a long, long time, and it's funny. I met them through Stan Holt at Lupi Tortilla, and some other guys, and they do a lot of drag racing, and they're a big sportsman racer family. They've got lots of cars, and they're white with red, and you can't miss them if you go to the drag strip.
Big event.
And they also own a car dealership called Emmons Autoplex. It's down there in Webster, and Jeff's going to tell you a little bit about it.
If you ever wonder where to get a stress-free car shopping experience, is at Emmons Autoplex, Houston's area's finest pre-owned auto dealer. The goal at the Emmons Autoplex is to make your car buying experience the best possible. I had one with my granddaughter. We helped my granddaughter buy a car recently, just this past year. It was awesome, in and out.
What did she buy?
She bought a Ford Escape.
Yeah.
I think it was a 13. I think it was a 14. It had very low miles on it. White color, loves it. The kid loves it.
Yeah, no problems.
No problems at all.
Going.
Conveniently located in Webster, Emmons also serves the Houston, Friendswood, League City, Alvin, Pasadena, Dickinson, Pearland, Santa Fe, Clear Lake, and Galveston areas. So if you're in that area, stop by and see them. They stock over 750 vehicles in inventory daily. They offer great financing if you need some financing for it. Competitive and affordable loans. It enables you to purchase the car that you need. They're at, you can call them at 888-708-9989 or online at emmonsmotorcompany.com.
Thank you, sir. The 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning. It's the all-electric pickup truck from Ford Motor Company. It comes in these trim levels: the Pro, the XLT, the Flash, the Lariat, the Platinum. I had the Lightning 4x4 Super Crew XLT.
That was a nice truck.
This is considered a standard pickup truck, half-ton version, electric. It seats 5 people inside. So the truck was all new in 2022, and obviously it's based off of, the body is based off of the Ford F-150 half-ton. F-150 body with side front grille, with a solid front grille that is almost a mirror of the gasoline version with the surround lighting that it has on it. The difference is it's not a grill, it's just a plastic panel that looks like a grill up there, and it hides the frunk. And I forgot about the frunk, and the guy that delivered it to me, I said, "Hey man, where's the charger? Where's the 110 charger?" It's in the frunk. Ow, I forgot about the frunk.
He thought you were calling him a name.
Wheel styling matches trim level. Other than Lightning badging, the rear is the same as the gasoline counterpart. What I liked, the left front fender charge port. That came in handy for me. If I were to offer any suggestions to the Ford Motor Company, find a way to put that charge port in the front. I saw a car, and I don't know what it was, that was parked in next to me at the charging place, and it had a port that was in the front, in the grill area.
Oh.
What would be the grill?
So that would make sense.
Because
so it was on the front quarter panel or in the rear?
The Lightning was on the left front quarter panel, okay, back toward the door.
Gotcha.
Put it in the front. That way I can access the charge cords on either side. because usually they don't put the charger directly in front of the car. It's off to the side, one way or the other. So you either have to back it in or pull it in forward. Well, this happened to be on the wrong side of the charger, was over there. Charge port was over here.
Yeah, and you can't back it in because it's
worse.
It's
too far because it's too long.
Exactly.
Interior highlights, digital instrument cluster, optional infotainment big screen in this, controls in all the right places with a massive center console. You could hide children in there. Comfortable cloth seating. Leather is available, but it's a truck, man. Keep it a truck. Use it as a truck. Cargo trunk room, room in the front, standard big bed in the back. You got it. What I liked about the charge ports inside the bed.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
Not only that, but that's also where you can gain access to the electricity for your house if you want to run your house off the charger on the F-150.
Wow.
Just saying. Mm-hmm. Engine. This is I had the larger battery. The average is 575 horsepower. Now, new tech battery is coming out. The standard horsepower is 427. Transmission is direct drive, obviously. Lots of torque. Tows 770 pounds, 235 pound-feet of torque. Mileage, 76 in the city, 61 on the highway for a combined of 68. I got 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour over 381.9 miles. You do the math.
I have no idea what that means.
I have to take my shoes off for that one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Please don't.
Plenty of power, and depending on the use, it could get down to a 100-mile range if you're towing something.
Yeah.
You tow something with this, it's going to suck that battery down pretty good. Ride and handling, it's all-wheel drive, independent rear suspension. Front end is car-like, like a big car. Off-road, I didn't take it off-road, couldn't tell you about that. Base trim price, $64,995. Prices tested, $69,880. Base model price, surprisingly, $54,995. Competitors, Rivian R1T, $69,900. GMC Hummer, $96,550.
Well, there you go.
Standard F-150 with the EcoBoost V6 engine, $43,620.
Huh.
It was interesting. Mars, have you had this? Have you had one?
No, sir. I have
Well,
not.
it's interesting. It's different. Only in the respect, really, is the fact that it's electric.
You know, you made the fact that if you tow something, the electricity or your range slows down.
It sucks it down.
It does it on all the vehicles, though. All the
Well,
electrics.
yes, it does.
That.
Well, but
so not just
and if
specific.
you really look at it, you know, your gasoline. If you put a 10,000-pound trailer on the back of your
Oh,
truck,
absolutely.
Yeah, you're still going to burn more, yeah.
So it's, I mean, you got.
I wouldn't say that it's comparable, though.
No?
And to start off with, with a full charge on this one, this had the standard battery, not the high. And matter of fact, Ford said that they've come up with a whole new battery package. They're going to call it something different, and it's going to get better gas mileage. But GM's doing the same thing. Gone away is the Ultium. They're not making the Ultium battery at GM anymore. So anyway, that's another story for another day, but I just wanted to let you know that it was a great ride. I really enjoyed it, and charging wasn't that big of a deal. I charged it at home on the 110, and I charged it at work at 110, and I gave it to him with 3/4 of a tank of gas in it, so to speak, if you know what I mean.
Well, I was in that. He took me somewhere, and it's a nice truck. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
For what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. And please follow us on Facebook. We're going to be back right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Wheel Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas EquiSearch. Showgoers are free and will see all makes and models of the finest rides at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Sponsored by Emmons Autoplex on FM 528 near the Gulf Freeway in Webster. The In Wheel Time Fall Tour continues Saturday, October 19th at the 4th Annual Blast to the Past Car Show. It's fun for the family with classic cars, food vendors, and the school museum will be open for tours. It all happens at 9016 Westview Drive in Houston. Discount registration online at springbranchbears.com/car show or $30 the day of. Spectators are free. Sponsored by VFW Post 8790 and its auxiliary, working to vitalize and unite the Houston community and its veterans. No veteran is left behind. See you October 19th.
From the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood, Texas, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, presented by the Space City Corvette Club and sponsored by Emmons Autoplex in Webster.
Thank you.
Ahead, we've got another guest here in the In Wheel Time remote studio. Keep calling it booth. It's not. It's a studio, don't you think?
More like an outdoor
With all the
park.
wires and all the crap that we've got sitting around, you'd think that we're going to go to Mars.
Hey.
Get it? Mars.
Yeah,
We're gonna
go to Mars for the next one.
I'm with you.
Take us away, Michael.
No. So, at any rate, we have a guest. Mr. Mars is going to introduce him.
Yeah, joining us now is Mr. Scott Gordon.
Yes, sir.
He's got a place sitting back over here with a Cole Gordon, the Helping Hand,
Yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. AJ mentioned that earlier, so could you kind of tell us what that is?
Cole, explain this.
Cole Gordon, right.
It is a foundation that was founded roughly 5 years ago, 2 weeks ago, and it was in honor of my son who was killed in a car wreck.
Sorry.
Thank you. Cole was
I cannot imagine something more horrible than that.
as we've said many times, is most people never get to see what their kids accomplish. When we've seen the love and reward and people's respect and the things that people have done in honor of Cole, you get a feeling of what your kid actually did. You know, most of us hope that you never get to see it, and believe me, I hope nobody has to, but inevitably sometimes it does happen. He had an accident hauling animals for 4-H and FFA children, bringing back from northwest Texas, and they say lost control, I say fell asleep. About 5 o'clock in the morning in Navasota. Houston News covered it to the nth degree. Friendswood, being the community that you see here today, it would be another kid in a big city, but he was a big kid in a little city. And it was a blessing, and it was very it helped us get through it. And then we founded a nonprofit because we believe kids need the 4-H. We need the FFA back in these kids. And the biggest thing I wanted or saw is kids with a lack of self-confidence. And people always, and it's human nature to tell you what you can't do. You know, if you walk up to somebody, I can't run that computer, I can't do a show. Tell them what you can do. Well, work on what you can't. And that's what kids don't get generally, is they feel like, you know, I can't do that, I shouldn't go talk to those guys, they don't want me. And, you know, if you think about it, everyone's on their phones and they're all on computers.
Well, that's true.
And they're not.
Although I can't relate to that. I've got daughters, and they're on their phones a lot, but not like some I see.
And FFA and 4-H are great responsibility builders and character of children and young adults, I should call them. We've got a half a dozen going in this weekend. Brazoria County Fair kicks off today. So we've got animals. We
weren't invited, but we'll go.
Come on, let's go. Don't threaten me with a good time. There is the shows and the majors and the Houston Livestock Show where the kids get to go and they walk on green shavings, and it's a big, big deal. And you've got homeschooled kids that don't have a barn, and they don't have
or take field trips to a barn,
and they don't have sports places. They don't have all that, and there's a big niche of kids that the parents don't put them in public schools. I was talking to one of our Texas officials, or now United States official, and it's north of a third of all kids don't go to public schools.
And that's across the United States or just Texas?
I think it's Texas. And you can see it when they have shootings and things in those schools that you kind of get it to be, well, maybe not quite yet.
Understood, yeah.
And then, so we have a lot of homeschool kids that wouldn't have the opportunity to make other friends.
So do FFA and 4-H, do they allow kids that are homeschooled into their organization?
FFA is tied to your high schools and school systems, so if they're not in the schools, no. Now, 4-H, you can do anything you want. So we have the Helping Hand 4-H that we founded so kids can.
I don't understand. So it's tied to a high school.
Well,
What if you don't go to the high school?
The revenue that the school makes. I mean,
Well,
from
and the teachers
yeah.
and the facilities.
And
But I have a cousin that she homeschooled all 10 of her kids, literally.
10?
She
She had 2 sets of twins, so it wasn't the plan, but she homeschooled them. She's had 4 of them have already graduated college. A couple of them or went to the seminary. But she found football and sports, baseball, that it's a homeschooled child, they could go participate. And she made sure that they did all that they could. So it's very important what you're doing.
We were blessed with income. We had lots of people help donate to it in the beginning. As soon as Cole passed, Del Papa Distributing is a big one. Carbach Beer in Houston. They actually make Cole his own beer. It's Love Street Light in the store, but it will have Cole's logo on it eventually. And, things that...
By the way, just to interject, yes, I did go to the Love Street Light Circus and Feel Good Machine. It was an actual place in Houston, Texas. Did you know that?
It's over by...
It's downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a tattoo.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. You don't want to know where it is, though. Anyway, go ahead.
So
we regress.
we bought... we had someone step up and help me as a silent partner, a business partner, whatever, and we bought 13 acres in Alvin, just out of the Friendswood line over here. We built a 18,000, 20,000 square foot barn, and it was full. I mean, we're only 5 years old. We did that 3 years ago. We outgrew it in 18 months. That many kids needed a place to do. From 6th, 7th, 8th grade, high school you can do what you want, but those juniors don't get in it.
Yeah.
And once they get to high school, they got cars, and they're working on their go fast cars and all the mechanics and all the things they want to do, and then you get football and sports and band and boyfriends and girlfriends. They're gone.
Yeah,
they're not going to get into it. So if you get them when they're younger, you get a better chance to at least teach them.
Well, and it's a little bit easier for them to learn the responsibility and things because they're not quite so distracted. They're a little more focused. They can learn better.
And we want the parents around. The more the parents help them. We say it's on the kid, but it's not families feeding animals. But it is the kid and the parents, hey, let's go to this show. Hey, I want to go watch this person. He's really good. And they find something that they like in it, and it sticks with them. And, just like football sticks with people, but how many people play football out of all the kids that go through high school?
Right.
What, 1/10 of 1% maybe?
Yeah.
And animals, everybody has a chance to do it.
Right.
You do it in college. They have show teams and professional drivers that take them around. And
I watch more reels with animals in it than anything else.
yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I do. On my Facebook feed, that's what I watch.
You got animals. You've got it on your funniest bloopers.
Stuff,
be out on TV. Everyone wants to see the video with the cats and the dogs and the animals. And these kids work really hard. They're there every morning, every night, a couple hours every session that they're there. They have to raise their own animal. They have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's where you develop that work ethic that they can use the rest of their life.
Correct. And we built that barn, and then we were blessed from Leeward Energies, a solar company, that came in and through the Brazoria County Commissioner's Court donated enough money to build another 18,000 square foot building.
Jeez.
And then we've had remarkable donors being a nonprofit. One company donated the entire electrical install, Davidson Electric. Wholesale Electric donated every light bulb, wire nut, conduit, everything. And 18-wheelers showed up with stuff.
That car right there has got some wire nuts in it.
Mainly behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, including the one behind the wheel.
That's a loose nut.
Spit mailer wire.
I want to know about this.
Oh, boy. Well, we're blessed that we knew Tracy Bird. Cole was actually pretty good friends with him. He could knock on his door at his motorhome, and he'd let him in. And he called and asked us, hey, I've got a couple dates. I promised you I'd do one, and this is Cole's 5-year anniversary. And he said, Tracy Bird said, I'll come play a concert for you. And we'll do a full show, and we'll do the whole bit. And then we called the Flight Museum over in Webster, the Lone Star Flight Museum. And
fabulous place.
They made a little deal with us if we would help them through our cooking part of the organization. they would donate the entire facility. So
Wonderful.
we go do a little. It's like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
And
Right.
We know about that.
That's the old handshake deals, and you don't have to have, your firstborn and all.
15 pages of
All your
paper
financials.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we're going to play a concert January 18th. He's coming in. We're going to have a big live auction, silent auction, open bar, sit-down meal.
And what day is a week? Is
Saturday night.
It's a Saturday night.
It'll be a fun deal. I'm going to get with the Corvette guys and see if they want to bring their cars out and put them in the building with us
that would
too.
be nice.
Just
We'd be more than happy to let you
Yeah.
see the in-wheel time machine.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. Bring
So
it out.
how do you get tickets to the event and find out more information?
Cole's www.colegordonfoundation.com, and the Facebook is Cole Gordon Helping Hand, and my phone number is on everything, so it's 713-823-5989. There's several different ways to get us. If you pull up Helping Hand on Google, it'll bring you to the Helping Hand Ranch. So all the phone numbers
are you over here in a booth or just your car?
No, we have on the other side of the ag. There's more to 4-H and FFA.
Okay.
There's actually a culinary side to
So
it.
they can folks can actually
Wait a
donate,
minute.
donate to that
So-
to get a shirt or a hat or merch is over there.
Merch.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a full culinary side and all kinds of things for the kids. So we have a full class where they can come get their serve safe in our commercial kitchen.
Really?
That we have a full commercial kitchen, basically donated most of it by Bucky's. Beaver from Bucky's stepped in and helped us quite a bit. He's a big supporter and believer in helping kids. He built that multi-million-dollar facility at Texas A&M, so he believes in helping the next generation, which we all should.
Sure. Yeah. We
We do.
Well, he do.
We do. Matter of fact, we've got a big car show next weekend out at Spring Branch. Those kids that are in the automotive program out there, and they're going to put on a big car show, and they've invited us to come out there, and so we get it.
I'm going to do one right like you would do for everybody on the auto side. We're getting ready to start. When I find a donor to help us with a building, I want to put a 1,800 square foot building up, ag mechanics, and get
very
kids
nice.
using their hands.
And I know that you're a part of the rodeo, and you know that they've got a whole ag mechanic competition.
Correct.
And if anybody, I was out there for 20 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time out there.
Were
as a
you on that
volunteer.
committee?
No, I was not.
Oh, Gus Smith was the one that helped us run the ag mechanics. He was a good
I'll
friend.
tell you, to see those kids and do that ag mechanic thing, you're going to go.
What is ag? I'm envisioning tractors.
Well, there's that.
There's that. They teach welding. They teach how to put in trailer lights. They might build a trailer hay hauler. They might build something to haul a piece of a tractor.
Farm and ranch.
Farm and ranch ag.
Repair of equipment.
So anything that, like ranch hand is maybe a better word, but it's ag mechanics. I know some places, I don't know if Houston still does it, but they would take, like our friends at Kubota that help us on our place from Lansdowne, Moody, they would sabotage a tractor and make somebody go fix it.
Yeah, figure out what's
I
wrong
thought
with
that was, well, at least back in my day when I was out there at the rodeo, they had a competition.
They did.
And they would sabotage the tractor. And it was up to the ag mechanic team from whatever school it was to find out what the problem was and get it running. It was all by the clock.
And it could be anything from a fuse to maybe a wiring harness to
pinhole.
a pinhole and
Anything.
a vacuum line.
But at rodeo, you're familiar. They gave them those great big Snap-on boxes. That was their trophy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
So they got $5,000-$10,000 Snap-on toolboxes for their classroom
Yeah.
or their ag mechanics program. That's what we're doing next. I got a lot of people that want kids to. Not all kids are going to go to college,
Right.
and just accept it. And
Well, and you look at what the colleges are offering nowadays too.
And how much it costs.
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
So.
a lot. Thank you so much for coming by. It was
Appreciate
a
you guys.
pleasure and an honor to talk to you.
Well,
Thank you, and sorry for your loss, and just chalk this up as another one for Cole.
make lemonade out of lemons.
That's it.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
Thank you.
All right. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, at InWheelTime.com, usually from 10 to noon. This week, a bonus hour.
Unusually.
This week is the bonus hour, so we're here today 10 to 1. And the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana, the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. I want to take just a couple of seconds here to talk to you about Emmons Autoplex, our sponsor here today at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. And, it's funny, friends, and somehow or another, David connected with the Emmons brothers at Emmons Autoplex and wound up over the years has bought 6 cars from
6 cars.
Yeah.
6.
So how did that come about? Did I tell you about Emmons, or was it into the block, or what?
I found them when they were in Pasadena before they moved to Webster.
Wow.
It's a used car, looking at them online, and found very clean, very reasonable. Low miles. Started buying them for the step kiddos. Great cars. You don't have to haggle on the price.
That's right. There's no haggling.
Yeah,
that's the price of the car.
It's the price. You want it, you get it, you drive it, boom, you're done.
You move, and then you come back for your second one.
I think the most amazing one was the Honda Odyssey van, and it is a brown color, and it looks like Grandma would take it to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, David.
No, I like it, David. I don't know where he's going with this.
But this car, I swear, when he brought it to me and showed it to me, I'm going, David, this looks brand new.
Yeah.
And it basically was. It has as many miles on it as that car does right now, 35,000 miles.
I didn't want a van. I was shopping for a car for Ryan, which we found and got a different car there. But it was so clean. I mean, it looked like it was off the showroom
pass it
floor.
up.
Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. Right. I figured if I ever need to pack in the family and go somewhere.
Which you did. You drove it to Michigan on vacation.
Yep. Drove it all the way up there. No problem. Starts every time. If both air conditioners work, leather loaded,
So if you want to know more about Emmons Autoplex,
Emmons Autoplex, if we're talking about, they are I lost my place. Okay, well, store hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturdays from 6:30, and they're closed on Sunday. But they're conveniently located for the Webster area, Pasadena, Dickinson, Pearland. They've got over 750 vehicles, like David talked about. They have financing available. They'll have those options on it. Wide variety of pre-owned. My granddaughter got one from them as well. Loves the car. So I encourage you. They're located at 528 West NASA Parkway, just south of I-45 on the Gulf Freeway. Emmons Autoplex in Webster, pre-owned at its finest.
And October car shows continue along with the cruise-ins. We're going to be next week at the Back to the Past car show at Spring Branch High School, October 19th. The Hemi Hideout Open House is November 9th.
That'll be fun.
That's open to the public, by the way. Bring $10 for the donation, and in you go. The holiday kickoff at Tailpipes and Tacos, November 16th. And then, of course, the Houston Autorama that we always go to Thanksgiving weekend. We hope you'll stop by our in real-time remote broadcast center and say hello to us.
Well, they're going to stop by because I'm going to be there.
Well, that's
Exactly.
true. Yeah, that's right. This time he's got his pants on.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And I know that you told me your name when I first met you, and it is?
Austin Davis.
Yes, sir.
Pull that
Austin-
closer to your mouth.
Austin Davis. You know, there's a couple of famous people in that name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Clive Davis
Clive
is the one I
Davis,
was thinking of. Yeah, and Stephen F. Austin. But at any rate.
Well, yeah, there's Austin
Mr.
Hilberger.
Texas A&M, what year are you in there in
I'm
Aggieland?
a sophomore.
A sophomore.
Yes, sir.
So you got a few more years, about 2.5
Yes,
to
sir.
go. And what are you majoring in? What is you hope to get a diploma in?
I'm a ag economics major, and I think I like focus in finance and real estate.
So you could tell me how much a bale of hay is and how many bales of hay I need for that group of cows I got over there. And I've got, all of that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. Sure thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Good answer.
When he met me and I was introduced to him, he goes to Texas A&M, and I said, "Hey, roll tide. Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go Blue.
I'll throw in a Boomer Sooner for you, and that way you're surrounded.
Hey, I'm a Sooner fan today as long as they beat Texas.
There you go.
Texas is
yeah.
number one, aren't they? They rated number one?
Hey, they ain't played any
Well, they
hard teams
were.
yet.
I don't know if
They're
they still are.
they're
or
not going to admit that. But at any rate, he was talking to me about his vehicle, and it's on the front of his shirt there. And it's is it a Bronco?
Which one?
It's an 89 Bronco.
89 Bronco.
Yes, sir.
And it's got some Longhorns on
I
the
was gonna
front.
say,
And I
you're
said,
talking-
what the
What the
You
Longhorns
got
going
them
on?
going the wrong way. You need to
Either that or at
down,
least
dude.
they're sawed off or something.
Wow.
But no.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
So
There's some work to do in it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know him?
Ask him where he drove, where he came from to get here.
Where did you come to get here?
I drove from Aggieland and College Station all the way back home here.
To be here
So
at the show
what you
today?
Here just for the show.
What you needed to do, you had your laundry done, and maybe your car.
Oh,
So that's why
yeah.
you came in.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why
I
you're
gave
here.
it to Mom.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Since I'm here,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So you live in a dorm, in a home, or you got to share?
Yep.
He lives in a
I
prison
live,
cell.
I live in the, pretty much. On the quad, 50 square feet.
Yeah.
Pretty much shared between, it's 100 square feet, but it's shared between me and my roommate,
Yeah,
so
so
I get
you
about
get
50
It's
realistically.
okay. But you know what? It's an experience you'll never forget.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy every
It's
moment
great.
that you
Well,
do it.
Yeah.
what is her name? Your roommate?
Her name is Jake.
Okay.
is he from Allstate or State Farm, wherever?
Not
Jake,
yet.
That's
Not
the
yet.
State Farm guy.
State Farm.
No, he's looking for that degree.
Oh, my
So,
God.
no, not yet.
Is he in the ag program as well?
No, he's a history major for now.
History major.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sure.
in other words, he can either be a school teacher or he can teach something that,
Or a politician?
or a politician maybe.
He could tell me a lot about my historic truck, so
There you go.
There you go.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
How'd you get that truck? Where'd you get that?
It was my dad's second car. My grandparents bought it for him, so then I took it over once I needed one.
And you haven't tore it up yet?
Don't tell my dad. It's been a few ditches, so
How many times?
twice. I've fallen into 2 washouts, so and it's caught on fire twice.
That's what he calls
fell.
them. That's what they call them now, washouts.
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
fell into him.
I fell into it.
It sucked him right into that ditch.
Austin,
yeah.
it's,
Those dang ditches.
It's great to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Anything you want to tell our listening audience?
Or
We're
maybe
global except for Russia.
Folks back up in Aggieland?
Yeah. No,
Oh yeah, everybody needs to turn out. Come down here. Beautiful weather.
It
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky. There's no clouds in the sky.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Anyway.
Amazing.
Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate
you for having me.
bet.
Thank you. Stellantis wrapping up incentives to address an inventory glut in the U.S. They ain't selling any cars because they're overpriced.
Yep.
But the company still posted a 20% third-quarter sales decline, and retailers say the automaker needs to get even more aggressive when it comes to selling cars and behaving themselves and not ticking the entire world off.
Nope.
And get rid of that worthless Carlos Tavares. Customers sued Napleton Automotive Group, alleging one of his Illinois Stellantis dealerships ran a formal credit check on him without consent.
Nice.
You know what that does to your credit?
Well, in some cases, yes.
Brian Olson, whose lawsuit said he was explicit with Napleton's Arlington Heights Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram about wanting to pay cash, and sought class action status for the past 5 years for U.S. consumers who experienced a similar unauthorized hard credit check by the group. Hard formal credit checks can affect a customer's credit score and are typically performed when a consumer submits a credit application to finance a vehicle, which he did not. He was paying cash for it, and he got hosed on his credit. What did it say, for instance, he's going to go try and buy a house? Well, wait a minute, you just had a credit check. Now, if we're going to charge you a higher interest rate now that you've had a credit check.
Well, not only on your house, but your car insurance.
Yeah, everything goes up. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous that just somebody does something simple like that. You're even thinking about getting another credit card.
Save your money and pay cash. You get better deals.
Have you heard about this thing from Honda?
No, tell us.
Honda has finally revealed the business plan and technology behind the O Series. Its lineup of next-generation electric vehicles for American drivers, promising 7 battery-powered models with all-wheel drive, spunky acceleration, 300 miles of driving range, and eyes-off automated driving. We've been waiting, and Honda has done absolutely nothing in all of this build-up of electric vehicles. Nobody at Honda's stepped up to say, what are you going to do? Well, they finally said it's going to be the O, and I encourage you to check it out. There's not a lot written about it. They had a press release, and so that's all I can tell you, because I don't know anything either other than what I just brought you. There's that. Ford Motor Company become one of the latest companies to reevaluate how it approaches diversity, equity, and inclusion in a testy public atmosphere where such initiatives have come under fire. Not only have they gone in that way, there's other dealership groups that have gone that way. And I also wanted to bring to you this news. I think I told you that Volkswagen has gone away at the Port of Houston. Well, they are aiming to simplify vehicle shipping logistics for a large swath of its U.S. dealers while utilizing a new port facility along the Texas Gulf Coast. The shipping hub in Freeport will import and process up to 140,000 vehicles annually by VW, Audi, Bentley, Lamborghini, and Porsche. The facility at Port Freeport will be used for only importing vehicles. It's a huge, beautiful, brand new facility. If you're into that sort of thing, look it up down there in Freeport. I just thought that it was interesting, and I thought that everybody wanted to know.
Yep.
So there's that. All right. It's time now for us to wrap it up here, and we are going to wrap up officially today's show from Stevenson Park and the beautiful Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival right after a quick break. Right here on In Wheel Time.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The In Wheel Time Fall Remote Tour continues Saturday, October 12th from 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival, hosted by the Space City Corvette Club. See up to 300 cars under the trees in beautiful Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Competitors register online. Proceeds benefit Texas Equisearch. Showgoers are free and will see all makes and models of the finest rides at this judged event. It's Saturday, October 12th, 8:30 to 3 at the Good Grub and Gears Car Show and Fall Festival in Stevenson Park in Friendswood. Sponsored by Emmons Autoplex on FM 528 near the Gulf Freeway in Webster. The In Wheel Time Fall Tour continues Saturday, October 19th at the 4th Annual Blast to the Past Car Show. It's fun for the family with classic cars, food vendors, and the school museum will be open for tours. It all happens at 9016 Westview Drive in Houston. Discount registration online at springbranchbears.com/car show or $30 the day of. Spectators are free. Sponsored by VFW Post 8790 and its auxiliary, working to vitalize and unite the Houston community and its veterans. No veteran is left behind. See you October 19th.
Well, that's it for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, inwheeltime.com. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a like. Tell your car friends about us and share our stuff if you would. We'll keep you connected to all things automotive all week long. Reach out to us 24/7 via email. info@inwheeltime.com is our address. We like car pics, so send us some of your car with a description and any info you want to pass along, and we'll feature it on a future show. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider. We live stream the show on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com every Saturday 10 to noon, unless we're on a remote. And then it's 10 to 1, bonus hour. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we always need more Jeff Zika.
Yep.
For booking agent, video editor, and people finder, Mike Out of This Will Mars. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, and our extra special guest, Jeff Heitzman.
All right, Jeffrey.
I'm Don Armstrong.
Jeffrey.
Special thanks today to the Emmons brothers at Emmons Autoplex in Webster for
you.
sponsoring today's show. Next week, we'll be at the Back to the Past car show located at 9016 Westview at the site of the old Spring Branch High School. Our live broadcast will run from 10 to 1 Central Time. Thanks for joining us today. Be safe out there and have a great weekend.